Hi there, it's Julianne again. I want to tell you a story, and this story explains why the heck I'm doing all of this. Why am I spending my time putting together a masterclass? Why am I here helping total strangers and some not so total strangers? Why am I here helping you guys write your books? Like, I've got plenty of clients to help on my own, and like some people have been asking me, it's great that you're doing this, but why? What is it that's personal to you? So I want to share with you this story. In 1994, was I don't even want to think about how many years ago that was. I was pregnant with my first daughter, my daughter Katie, and I was working as a temp receptionist, and I had college education. I went to some amazing colleges, but I never really knew what I wanted to do. I never really knew, I didn't have a career path or anything like that. And I was married, and my husband had a good job, and I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm pregnant and I'm going to have to quit my job for a little while. I really think I just want to stay home with my kids. I want to see when they take their first steps, and I want to be there when they scrape their knees because they fell off the swing set, and I want to be there to wipe their tears, when somebody doesn't want to play with them, and I want to be there when they have their birthday parties, and just all of the things that sometimes moms and dads don't get to experience just because they're working, and they're working outside of the home. So my husband and I together decided that I was going to stay home, and I was going to raise the kids, as a stay-at-home mom, which was awesome. It was wonderful, and I'm so thankful to have had that experience. But there was still a little bit of something inside of me that felt like I should be contributing more to the household income. Like I should be contributing a little bit more, which was, probably me feeling like I wasn't enough or whatever. But I just felt like there's got to be a way that I can make some money. And I had no real training on any kind of a career path. I didn't have a way to do it easily. Like now, if you decide you want to make some money from home, there's a million ways you can do it. There's the internet, there's email, there's all kinds of ways that you can create your own business, and you can interact with people all around the world through videos, just like I'm doing right now. We didn't have that back then. This was 1994. We barely had email. People still said, "Do you have email?" Because not everybody did, and you had to ask. We didn't have internet. I just didn't know. So I thought, what can I do? I can write. Writing is something I've always loved to do. It's something that people need me to do. Or not need me, but they need other people to do. So maybe I'll be a writer. And that was like an interesting thought. And so I just sort of floundered around, and I found a few people who were willing to pay me to write newspaper articles and, cover school board meetings and just do these little things that were like $25 here, $25 there. And while that wasn't great, it was something. It was a start. And it was a start that turned into something really incredible. But what happened was I stumbled across a book. It was called The Well-Fed Writer by Peter Bowerman. And this book, I was just wandering through Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble has always been my happy place. It's where I go when I want to just take the kids out, and we'd put them in the stroller and go to Barnes & Noble, and I'd walk up and down the aisles, and the books just made me happy. So I was walking through, and I was like, you know what, let me go and look at the Writer's Market guide, which is like a guide this thick full of magazines and things, places that will buy your writing. And I thought, I'll just flip through that and find a few more places that I can try to write for. And I went through, and they had this book, The Well-Fed Writer, and I'm like, I'm a writer, and I like to eat. What is this book all about? And I opened it up, and when I pulled that book off the shelf and I opened it up, a whole new world opened up for me. I had no idea that when I walked into that store all those years ago, that my life was about to take a turn, and I was about to head down an amazing path that I just can't explain how wonderful it's been. So what this book was, it was all about him explaining how he became a freelance commercial writer. And I was like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know this thing existed. You know, he said, well, businesses will pay you to write their brochures, and they'll pay you to write case studies, and they'll pay you to write advertising, and businesses need you to write for them. It's not just magazines and newspapers, but businesses who actually need to get a return on an investment. Like they need to put out advertising, and they need to do all of these things, and they need writers to do it. And my eyes were just like opened, and I was like, what? That's a whole world. Being a freelance writer is a thing, and it's not just for magazines. At the time, magazines were just tanking, like magazines and newspaper both. They were laying off reporters, they were laying off staff editors, right and left. People who used to pay thousands of dollars for an article suddenly were like, oh, we're just going to put it on the web, so we're going to pay you $35. Like, that's not a way to make a sustainable living. It just didn't work very well. So this book, The Well-Fed Writer, just opened my eyes. Not only did it show me that this world of freelance writing for businesses existed, but it told me what kinds of things that I could write and what kinds of businesses might need my services and how to get in touch with them, exactly how to get in touch with them and how often to get in touch with them and how much should I charge. It laid out an entire new career for me. And I can't tell you what a gift that was for me. It was such a gift. At that time in my life, I needed that information. Like, there was no other place that I could get it. There were no other books about freelance writing at the time that had anything to do with anything except magazines and newspapers and journals and places that would pay you a little bit of money, but not enough to really, make a career out of it. There was nothing out there. There were a few copywriting books, but I didn't understand what copywriting meant. I didn't know what it was at the time. I mean, what I was becoming was a copywriter, but I didn't know that then. I needed that book to open my eyes to a whole new world and to take me on a path that has led my family into some amazing places and to some amazing heights that I never would have been able to do otherwise. And I don't want to overstate this, but that book changed my life, changed my family's life. Now, I have never met Peter Bowerman. I have never corresponded with him. Every now and then I thought I should write this guy a note, and I just never did. But if it had not been for him, I don't know where I would be today. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know where, maybe I would have become a waitress or something. I don't know what I would have done. So I owe him a debt. I really, really do. I owe him a debt of gratitude. And what I know in my heart is that if you are trying to write a book, it's because you have a message, and the reason that you have a message is because there's somebody out there in the world, just like me, who needs to hear what you have to say. Maybe there are 100 other books out there that say the same thing, but you're gonna say it in a different way. You're gonna say it in a way that person needs to hear. A book on copywriting did not help me because I didn't know what it meant. I didn't understand it. But a book that was titled The Well-Fed Writer, that I understood. And when I got into it, I got it. That's all I needed was that book to help me. And I mean, I like dog-eared the pages and I referenced it and I did exactly what he told me to do in all of the sequence steps and everything. And it worked. So the reason I'm putting this masterclass on is because somewhere out there is a Julianne Eason who maybe is a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she's, a student who's just getting out of college and has a ton of debt. I don't know. Maybe it's just somebody who's looking to learn how to buy a car or raise their dog better. I don't know what it is that you are going to help people. I don't know what your book is going to inspire, educate, and sell people on doing. But I do know that it's important and that somebody out there needs it. And probably a lot of somebodies. Okay, that book, The Well-Fed Writer, was a massive bestseller for a lot of years. Like, it was, all of my friends had it, and I knew so many people. And I still recommend it today. I mean, it's a little bit outdated, and there have been newer editions and things because the internet, hello, everything's changed. But I still recommend it. I say, look, if you want to learn about what I do, go and and find this book because that's what taught me how to do it. So I know you have a message in you. You have a business that you want to build. You have a speaking career that you want to launch. Whatever it is, it's not about you so much as it is about the people that you're going to serve and that you're going to impact and that you're going to change their lives. And that's why I'm doing this. Maybe it's just because I want to say thank you to Peter Bowerman. And if you're listening, hi, thank you so much for writing your book. But I just want to encourage you, okay? No matter how hard you've tried in the past to write your book, maybe you've been stuck a million times. Maybe you just have it running around in your head like a squirrel that will not ever get off the track and start going. Maybe you're just thinking about it all the time. Maybe, it's something you gave up on. Maybe it's a dream that you had that you've just given up on. But I know that you're here for a reason and somebody needs your message. So that's why I'm doing the masterclass, and that's why I need you to come and listen live and interact with me. Ask all the questions you want. I want to help you as much as I possibly can. All right? So I will see you live on the masterclass. And if you want to send me, you can email me and send me questions ahead of time. You can do that. I'm on Facebook almost every day, except for the weekends. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitter, wherever it is, whatever questions you've got that I can help answer. I really want to help you get your book out into the world where it can do the job that it's meant to do. All right. I will see you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.